Me. 27 male and my wife 27 female. Recently married. She is pregnant. I just found out the baby isn't mine. Okay, this is a big one. No idea where to begin. My hands are numb while typing this out. I feel like my world is crashing around me. I still can't believe this is happening. I've been this way for a while. My wife and I have known each other for about 5 years. Together for about 3 or 4. She's from Eastern Europe originally, but came here as a student. She ended up not completing her course and dropping out. Moving in with me while we were dating. We made plans for marriage a while ago. And everything fell into place according to plan. Things were going perfectly. She met my family. They loved her. Things were going great. Well, less than a month before we got married, we found out she was pregnant. No big deal. It happens. We were using condoms. But whatever. It happens. There could have been a few times where we just did the pull-out method instead. We went ahead with the marriage as planned. I am absolutely certain I am in love with this woman. I thought everything was going great. However, after the wedding, things weren't the same. I always felt there was a distance. Something strange in her behavior. Well, recently she opened up to me and confessed to me the truth. There was a chance the baby wasn't mine. She was crying and extremely apologetic, telling me she loved me. Apparently around the time she conceived, she had gone to a party with some of her friends, and ended up having drunk sex with some stranger. She didn't even know his name. She could barely remember what he looks like. She said she's regretted it ever since. I was shocked. I felt numb. I had no idea how to respond. I told her we need to do a paternity test. She agreed. She made me promise I'd stay with her if the baby was mine. I relented. She said it was the worst decision of her life and she had regretted every day ever since. And she had only trusted me to open up to me because she loved me. And knew I loved her and would forgive her. I didn't know what I'd do if I found out the baby wasn't mine. Well, we did the procedure. We had to see a geneticist. Explain our reasons. It wasn't cheap. But I had to know. It involved taking a sample from the placenta of the child. Well, it turns out I am not the father. I can't believe it. My wife, the woman I loved, cheated on me and is pregnant with someone else's child. I don't know what to do. Part of me loves her and knows she loves me. But the other part of me can't handle this. It is too late at this point for an abortion. She's past the 20 weeks where it is allowed. I have no idea what would happen to her if I left her. She has no source of income. She has no family here. Only a few friends. She's have to support herself and a child on her own. I don't think I'd have it in me to keep supporting them. Part of me strongly wants a divorce. Or an annulment. If that's possible. I am not sure if that's the right thing to do. Or if I should just stay in this marriage. I know she would suffer incredibly if I left her. Personally, emotionally and financially. But I also know I don't really have an obligation to this child that's not mine. Or to her once we divorce. Should I stick with her and try to make this mess work? Or should I just bail out while I can? If I leave, her life will be ruined. Too long didn't read. My wife, whom I recently married, is pregnant with a child that is not mine after having cheated on me. I don't know if I can stay. I don't know if I have it in me to stay and try to make this work. She has no source of income. No nearby family. She will be left on her own if I leave her. I feel love for her but at the same time anger at her betrayal. She told me she is incredibly remorseful and loves me. And hoped that I would understand enough to forgive her and stay. What should I do? I really don't know what I should do. Get out, dude. If she's that hard put, then send her back to her parents. You must leave the marriage for your own sanity. Yes, it was a mistake, but it was her mistake. She has to pay for it. Not you. If she did love you, she would not be having drunken sex with a stranger 1 month before your marriage. And she didn't even come clean at that point, but lied to you about the baby being 100% yours this entire time. I would tell you to leave this woman, cause it may well be impossible for you to be sane with a living symbol of your wife's infidelity. Would you not have left her if she told you about the cheating before the marriage? You should leave her. She can get support from the baby's father. Don't be duped into paying for her infidelity. I am not sure if she'd be able to. She has no idea who he was. She doesn't know his name or hardly remember what he looked like. Her English isn't that good either. Just remember that you owe her and that child absolutely nothing. Legally, He might owe her alimony if he has been supporting her after the marriage. Hence why he should talk to a decent lawyer before doing anything more. If you don't feel like you could love that child as much as your own, and continue to love your wife without resenting her, you need to leave. Don't feel like the bad guy for 1 second. This is all on her. Great reply. Seriously. I can't help but feel like a lot of people replying are horrible for being so harsh about it. You can break up with someone over a horrible thing like cheating without being intentionally malicious and vindictive. There are people accusing her of just wanting a green card, insulting her for dropping out of school, etc. But that shouldn't invalidate OP's feelings for his wife. She did something horrible and OP shouldn't have to provide for her and the child if he can't handle it. But some of these responses are so cold I can't agree with them. Ultimately, the decision about whether to stay and raise the child or not is yours, and either choice is perfectly reasonable and legitimate. Plenty of men have made the choice to stay and raise the child and been glad for it. Others have tried but couldn't get over it. Others decided they couldn't. I would suggest talking to someone in a professional setting to help you organize your feelings and needs so you can make the best decision for you. As others have said, putting the child up for adoption might be the reasonable choice. I recently found out that my father was put up for adoption because he was the product of an affair. This is probably the most sensible advice in this thread. Talk to a professional therapist, lawyer, etc. Not Reddit. Jesus Christ, this is infuriating to read. Your wife does not love you. She does not love you. She did not tell you because she loved you and trusted you. She told you because she realized that when the baby came out, you'd probably find out at some point. Yes, she probably did a good job of acting apologetic. I'd be a good ducking actor too if I was going to be thrown out on my ass. And pregnant with no support. How do you know she only cheated once? She's known for months that the baby might not be yours. Yet she's just telling you now. What other shit is she hiding from you that she doesn't think you'll find out about? And therefore won't tell you? I know this is hard. And you have residual feelings for her. But understand, in no uncertain terms, that she doesn't love you, doesn't respect you, and only is with you as a means to support her pregnant, jobless self. Hit like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to our channel.